Hello everyone, it's Svavar K, your favorite Icelandic comfort hobbit, coming at you live from the village of Þingeyri in the West Fjords. You can see my favorite mountains right behind me. I've been spending today doing my very favorite thing in the world, which is singing for children and old people as a part of my project, The Few and the Good. And this is one of those fragile settlements, and it's so beautiful. I could show you around a bit. Maybe look, the mountains over there. This is the center of the peninsula, like of the West Fjords, and up there some beautiful old houses. Life is generally good. All right, there we go. And I'm right next to this old tar house. Oh man, I'm so glad you guys are showing up for this. I'm so glad that my feeling was correct, that there was some problem with notifications last time, and I'm really glad people are showing up. So a lot of things have been happening, mostly good, mostly awesome things. I've been writing songs, making music, and thankfully my friends Laila and Shawn were so willing to rejoin the program and have again a little conversation, and we'll change it up and stuff. But I'm super happy that they showed up, and even my friend Tryggvi is here as well. They're all gonna join us, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't just bring them all up. I'm just gonna say hello to Tryggvi first. Hi Tryggvi.
Hi Svavar.
Oh man, I have this old background here. I'm just gonna put a volcano instead.
Whoa.
Dude, I'm gonna take us out. Yeah.
Oh, have you been to the volcanic eruption yet?
Yes, it was amazing. I used strong words in that live stream. And someone was showing this to some homeschoolers in America, and it evidently somehow they got a little bit flustered, I think. But I won't apologize because I'm Icelandic. We don't do a lot of that because the world owes us an apology. How are you, Tryggvi? You're at your house, I see.
Yeah. Finished
making music.
Yes. Finished the day of work, my day job, and just hanging out in my house, doing the home chores, and then joining you.
Beautiful. And as you know, Tryggvi is one of my favorite singer-songwriters in Iceland. Finally, the world has opened up for you to start sharing your music with the world properly,
Oh, thank you,
and I'm so happy that's happening.
Well, you're my favorite singer-songwriter as well. So you're the one I've been looking up to the whole time, and been inspired by the most.
Let's sniff each other's asses a little bit more, like dogs. But I'm sorry. I'm just in a really good mood. This day has been so crazy nice. I've been playing for kids and old people and driving around my favorite part of Iceland. And ended up here, and I had 2 beers in my favorite hotel, Sandafell. Life couldn't be better right now.
And the temperature is rising, and it's spring now. And
Man.
So things couldn't be much better right now.
It's not even June, man. And when I came here to the old folks home, they all went out to the little balcony, and we were all on the balcony. I read them some poetry, and they were just, and I was singing and reading poetry. It was so nice.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So, dear, to our wonderful viewers, I hope, the sound is okay. I'm just outside. This is just my laptop's, so and a 4G connection. But I'm really hoping you guys will really enjoy our guests tonight who are joining us, and it's our friend Shawn William Clarke and Laila Nysten from Germany. Shawn is from Canada. These are two of my awesome favorite artists, and I love their music so much. I've been listening to both
Me too.
the beautiful poems for Jamiro and Shawn's solo project like Topaz and his Shawn William Clarke album on vinyl lately. It's just such a good feeling. They both have like this deep connection with music.
And I listen to Laila's EP all the time. It's one of my favorite music to listen to.
Yeah.
Her solo project.
I mean, they both have just like such an intimate and like really connected feel in their music, which is such a pleasure to listen to.
Yeah.
Paul Caterback, I think around 300 people live in this town, and it's one of the nicest, oldest little villages in Iceland, and they managed to keep most of their old houses. And maybe we'll talk about it later, about the tradition of old Icelandic, like the villages, how they came to be and how they came to go into a period of humiliation. But right now I want to focus on our guests, our amazing friends. Tryggvi, I'm so happy you joined me for this.
too.
Shawn and Laila. Let's bring them on. Boop, boop. All right. Shall we put them on the top? Yeah.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, guys.
how's it going?
Hey.
Oh, just wonderful. How is things in Germany? Germany and Canada.
You go first, Shawn.
Things in Canada are pretty good. It's been a beautiful week. Weather's been really nice. We're still not really hanging out with a lot of people. Not really hanging out inside right now because the country has about 50% of the country has had their first vaccination.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's good, but we need a little more than that before we can start really opening things up. So it was my birthday yesterday, so we went to the park, hung out with some friends. Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh, happy birthday.
Ah,
Happy
beautiful.
belated birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. And Shawn, you've been doing a lot of videos on Instagram lately, showing the sign language and introducing people to sign language. I'm really impressed. What's the source? Like, where does this come from for you?
I think it's a thing that I've always wanted to learn, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't have any deaf friends or family, but the library here in Toronto offers a free course, and it's just I've been looking for things to do over the I almost called it holidays. This is definitely not holidays. Over the oh, thank you, Born. I've definitely been looking for things to do over the pandemic, and it was just I have free time, so it's been great. Oh, thanks for all the birthday
I don't know
wishes.
Yeah. I don't know if everyone viewing knows this, but sign language is definitely not one language. There's a different sign
Correct.
language for every country in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So
and
there's a Icelandic sign language, there's a American sign language, and there's a German sign language. They're all different. They have different even accents.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And then you get into like regional signs that are different, like even something someone signs here in Toronto might be different from how they sign it in Winnipeg or, wherever. It's a language. They're languages,
So
which is
it's not even the same language between the English-speaking countries. So it's
correct. Yeah, you can get
Ah.
differences. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Bjorn is asking if I watched Sound of Metal, and I actually did watch Sound of Metal last week, and it's fantastic. It's a really great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's very moving.
Another amazing fact about sign language is I learned from our common friend Lilia. I think you guys know Lilia from Hamburg.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She told me, and this was just like, I was like, oh. And when she told me, I was like, of course, like these things that you didn't think about, but of course, that sign language, like when you're speaking it and you don't make big expressions on your face, like, and look, and like you don't make like big expressions to express the feeling of what you're saying, like so like a bomb and like a child and stuff like that. If you just like do the signs, they like deaf people experience your conversation as robotic.
It's kind of
so
like
you sound like a robot.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you and I talked to each other and I didn't embellish things. Like if I was asking a question, I'm like, "How are you doing, Svavar?" If I was just like, "How are you doing, Svavar?" It is robotic. So it's the same thing. Like when you ask a question, that's a great comment by Bob. When you ask a question, you have to be like, if I'm like ask you what your name is, I'd be like, like eyebrows raised, things like that. It's really amazing. I have a lot to learn, and
it's
I'm
sort of
really
like my mind just goes there. I'm sorry, but I want to see Ben Shapiro speaking sign language, because he doesn't have like, he speaks totally in monotone, and then like just seeing him do sign language would be like a double monotone. It would be crazy.
It would be tough.
It would be tough to watch. Oh, here's a hello from Ukraine. Hello.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how to pronounce this. This is Cyrillic, but I am totally into it.
Very cool.
But Laila, how's things been in Hamburg?
Well, actually, it suddenly feels like spring is coming. Just like over the past week, all the trees have started to get greener, and well, the summer isn't here yet. Like we still have April weather, so it's like raining every 5 minutes, and we have thunderstorms still, like we did when we had our last talk. But apart from that, it feels like it's slowly getting somewhere. Like we have less cases, and just yesterday all the stores opened up again, and it was actually my birthday on Monday last week.
Oh, wow.
So and
Happy birthday!
Thank you. And I even got vaccinated on my birthday for the first time, so that was a great gift. So yeah, I think stuff is happening over here, and I hope that it will get warmer soon so that people can start meeting outside again, because right now it's still a little bit like I don't know what I'm allowed to do, so I'm just sitting at home waiting. But yeah, I'm making plans for shows and rehearsals, and that feels good.
That's amazing. Makes me so happy. Here's one. I'm really happy it's been raining in Germany, Laila, because for the past couple of years we've had pretty dry summers that have been ruining the trees.
Yeah, I don't think that many of them can be saved though. Like here in Hamburg, we have so many trees that are kind of doomed. So I think there's like, they don't really know what to do about it yet. They just know that many of the trees here are going to die within the next 10 to 20 years. And I don't know if they can be replaced at all.
And this is because of drought? This is all due to drought?
Amongst other things, yes. And then there's some pests also. But I think it's climate change in general that just makes it harder for the plants and trees that naturally grow here to still sustain.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the climate change, and I think we need to address this. Like, it's very important. It would be horrible to have to kind of start planting palm trees in Hamburg. There would be.
I guess it's going to happen,
a sad
actually.
Situation.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds macabre, but I think it's going to happen at some point. So that's not so cool, but I really don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. But
I mean,
on a
the
lighter
rain
note,
is good.
Rain is always good. Rain is so important. People forget that. Rain is life. You know? But
yeah, I live on the fifth floor,
on a more
and I'm really
uplifting.
close to the sky, so I can always hear the rain on my window. And even during the night, it's very soothing and calming.
I just want to celebrate the people watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. That's
cool.
so nice of you. And sorry about the wind. There's a little bit of kind of a slow wind here. Basically, what happens in Iceland is when the sun starts going down, or it starts to get colder, the air up on the glaciers that has collected, like all the warm air, starts to drop, and it pushes out the fjord. So suddenly, like every time during the evening, villages like this get like a sudden breeze from the glaciers. That's pretty sweet.
Wow.
Actually.
When you put it
Like on
that,
sunny
like-
days, not on like rainy, windy days,
Right.
but like on sunny days like this one, which has been amazing, sunny and beautiful.
Jeez.
Yes, like
So,
like,
guys-
I was kind of like gonna like, oh, it's windy and all that, but like when you put it like that, then it's like, oh, it's lovely to have that wind there. Like, sounds
Yeah.
really lovely like that.
Add some
It's
ambience
such-
to the. Add some ambience to the video as well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this, one of the most beautiful things about like these fjords is this kind of breathing in and out of the ocean wind. When I in my old home fjord in Skagafjörður, a lot of the time, like when the conditions are right, there will be like this fog that just comes in the entire fjord and just goes like from the opening, like all the 100 kilometers in the fjord, and the entire fjord is covered in a fog. But the thing is, you can actually walk up a mountain and like maybe some 40 meters up the mountain, and then you're above the fog, and you can just see this like the blue sky, and then just like a blanket of white fog over the fjord. It's so beautiful.
Wow.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, I miss it.
I miss being in Iceland.
Yeah.
I
me
miss
too.
you guys.
Iceland misses you guys.
Layla, have you been to Iceland?
Yeah, I've been twice actually. I think the first time was 6 years ago.
Oh wow.
Has it been that long?
Yes, it's
I
actually
Yeah.
been that long, I think. Oh my god.
Yeah. I went with my band, Poems for Jamiro, and we took the ship from Denmark to Iceland, and it took us 3 days, and I had motion
wow.
sickness for a week. So then
no.
we took our car and the whole equipment because we wanted to play some shows. And that was when I met Svavar and Tricky for the first time in Reykjavik.
Ah.
And then we took the ring
Ring road. Wow.
route. Yeah.
I have to say, both Poems for Jamiro and you, Shawn, have been two of the most loved acts
Yes.
on the Icelandic Melodican.
Oh yes.
Like,
So nice to hear.
you guys impressed the shit out of the Icelandic Melodica guests.
That's so nice. I mean, it was so like when I did it, it was just so magical to be there and play there. You know, it was kind of one of my goals to play in Iceland, and I had no idea how, or like it just seemed like such a, I don't know. It seemed like something that like it was another world doing another thing, like it's one thing to book a show in Ontario or in Canada, but the idea of going over to Iceland and playing a show just seemed like it was impossible. So when I finally got to come over and play, it was like I must have been beaming. I was just so happy to be there and just like to be able to do it. It just like I had to keep like pinching myself, like is this happening? I don't know. It was a really great experience.
It was really great having you, and I think you still hold the record of being the highest selling melodic artist here. So, like,
Yeah.
all your merch just kind of just disappeared. Just everything.
Yeah, that
you
was-
just sold out.
It was so crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Didn't make
Yeah.
any sense. It sold the night before I played. I sold more,
Yeah,
most
that
of the
was-
merch. People were just like ready to buy merch. They had their cards out, ready to spend money. And I guess my
I
merch
think
was
it's
at the right
because-
spot.
maybe it has something to do with the fact that Icelanders have like this weird sexual relationship with Tintin, and you kind of look like a very friendly Captain Haddock.
That must be it. That's got to be it.
Yeah, kind of like a
that's
PG
the most logical
friendly.
explanation.
I should play that up next time I'm there. I should get the outfit. The
Yeah.
pipe.
I
Oh,
actually
shit.
just today, huh?
No.
Yeah, Laila. Laila.
I just today discovered an artist who paints Tintin with romantic partners because he didn't ever get to have a relationship in the comic books. So he just paints them in, I don't know, romantic getaway cars or at a bar. And I think it's quite cute and sweet. I just forgot the name of the artist, but I think I'm going to look it up and send it to you guys because it's hilarious.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something wild now. I'm gonna ask our audience. I know there's a lot of people watching, and I'm just gonna ask our audience, how would you guys feel like about a four-way collaboration song between us four?
Sure.
I'm just gonna make a little quick survey for the audience. I'm just gonna wait for the comments. No, just express yourselves in the comments, and I would love to make like a little song together. Not now, but like we could make one and just like publish this as a video.
Yeah.
I was excited already. I thought it was going to happen now.
Let's do it.
I was like, where's my violin? I have to get it.
Someone asked if I ever get down to Buffalo. I haven't been in Buffalo in a while. I would love to go back to Buffalo. And I've never played in Buffalo, so that would be amazing. Yeah.
I think our audience is into it, so let's
Looks
go
like it.
for that soon. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Secret. I love your energy about it, Secret. But you know, people that have like when you've worked on like streaming stuff, you know the idea of a delay. Just 200 milliseconds of delay can do wonders for harmonies and rhythm.
We could turn that echo back on. It'd be interesting, I think.
Yeah, that would actually make it better, I think.
Yeah.
So, guys, would it be okay if I played one of Laila's songs?
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like to share it with you guys. Oh yeah, Beelzebub, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna play one of Laila's songs. Oops, it actually went out of the stream, but that's okay. I have it here on good authority. So Laila, can you tell us a little bit about this song before we start?
Sure. So I recorded this beforehand because I think my internet connection is not good enough to play it live in the stream. So this was done for the one that we did like a few weeks ago, but I thought we could still recycle it. And I wrote this song a few years ago when I had all of my wisdom teeth removed and got my heart broken in the same week.
Oh.
So it was pretty
Shit.
intense, and I was staying at my parents' home and trying to get nursed back to health, emotionally and physically. And I was sitting at the piano in the living room there, and this song just popped out in half an hour or so. So yeah, it felt pretty natural, which is kind of unusual for my songwriting because I feel like sometimes it takes me months to write one good song. So this one just came out and was there, and I'm like, okay, cool. I think I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, I really like it that you made such nice recordings for us. And so guys, let's listen to Laila's song. What's it called again?
In the Meadow.
In the Meadow. All right, here we go.
Really
Thank
nice.
you guys.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Laila. I'm just trying to put my raincoat
Thank you.
over my computer to reduce the.
Is it
Ah,
raining
Laila,
there
what a
now?
beautiful song, In the Meadow.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
guys
Thank you.
watching, thank you so much for joining us and being there for us. And Facebook, screw you for being a shitty platform.
Oh no. Is there connection problems on Facebook?
No, but it doesn't.
But just
It doesn't
general?
send out. Yeah, it's just it doesn't send out notifications to people
Oh,
anymore
that's
because
annoying.
it wants to blackmail you to actually pay them for.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
I
want
do,
us to
yeah.
be content monkeys, always making content. Can you
Yeah.
imagine, like, it's a David Bowie, like, let's just say David Bowie, like, hey, David Bowie, you need to make more intriguing content. Like, David Bowie, you need to spend like 3.5 weeks of every month just making content.
Yeah.
Don't write songs, David Bowie. Don't focus on whatever you are, like your life, your career. No, make content. Do like engaging content, David Bowie.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure
You
you're.
don't have any time to write music if you're always making content.
Mhm.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I
point.
think artists being called content creators is the worst thing that happened to arts in general, because
Yeah.
kind of diminishes the, I don't know, amount of work you have to put in, or your whole existence, basically. It sounds like it's just a job
it's
that
so
you
reductive.
can have output. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see how anyone can create a, like a cohesive career when you have to like have new posts on Instagram every day, and new videos and songs every week, and it's just like I feel like it just dulls the creative mind quite a bit.
I've called it. I call it space trash. You know, like space junk. When
Yeah.
they put all these rockets into space, and then they just break apart and they form all this space junk in space. Why should we always be producing space junk for the world
Yeah.
rather than just like making something beautiful?
Definitely.
Yeah. It's true.
And it in the end, like, space junk is going to block out the sun. You know,
Yeah. It feels like that.
cover the world in darkness. Just all the content, all the fucking content. Oh man. So everybody feeling good? Yeah, content, baby, content.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! Let's fucking break it all apart. Content, baby. So, Shawn, since we last spoke, I realized it's actually been really interesting to watch the development of just COVID vaccines starting to. You can just see the effect, especially in Iceland. We had like a little outbreak, and it was under control in 3 days. Like,
Oh wow.
Wow.
because evidently it just hit a wall of vaccinations, because we got like 50 something percent of the population partly vaccinated and 24% fully vaccinated,
Right.
especially the old folks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good
And-
it's good to see that the science works, right?
Yeah.
Like the science.
And it's
is
amazing to
reason-
see that we haven't had any deaths since last year.
That's
Yeah.
great.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow.
Just
That's amazing. Yeah. Good for you guys. Yeah, we have, unfortunately. But we're starting to we're starting to see things get a little better right now. Like I said, 50% of Canada of Canadians have their first vaccination. I'm not too sure what the percentage is on second vaccinations. I don't think it's that high. Like it seems to be the strategy. The Canadian strategy is focusing heavily on first vaccinations and making sure, trying to get everyone vaccinated first. Like our Prime Minister recently kind of branded it as a 1-dose summer. Basically, the idea being that all of Canada gets 1 dose by the end of the summer, which is an interesting approach. But I think it's worthwhile because 1 dose is enough to build up the antibodies, from what I can tell. So, I think it's a slow moving thing, but I mean, we still got lots of anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers protesting every Saturday in Toronto and in parts of Canada. I'm sure it's happening where you folks are as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them.
Oh, one question to Laila. I'm curious. There's been in the news recently quite an interesting development in Germany, that you have the Green Party is growing really fast. And there's actually a remote possibility that you might have a Green Chancellor.
Yes, I think it's a possibility, definitely.
Oh, wow.
So I personally think it's a good development on paper. Like, of course, we need a Green Party initiative, on a general level everywhere. And I'd love to have a woman as chancellor, of course, again. Like somebody said over here, of course, also men can become chancellor, but don't get your hopes up anymore. That's just jokes aside. I think it's actually a good development. I don't think that the Green Party on a federal level always has the best green interests at heart.
It's German green.
It's German green. It's it's a little bit conservative, but it's still greener than the other parties and most other parties. So I think that's good. I hope that that it's working out, because right now smear campaigns are all over the place, with people kind of ranting about certain politicians not announcing their side gigs in time and properly. And there have been some news about politicians getting in their 20,000 euro declarations 2 weeks late, and then there's other parties who have been in scandals for the last 10 years, and nobody talks about that. So I think they're trying their best.
Oh, Laila, you're preaching to the choir, because in Iceland we have a company that's called Samherji, and they bribed a lot of people in Namibia to steal the quota, the fishing quotas. Allegedly they bribed the, allegedly they bribed a lot of officials in Namibia to obtain fishing quotas from the country. And a lot of people got arrested in Namibia for corruption, but nobody has been arrested in Iceland. And the Icelandic ministers, they say this just proves that African nations are more corrupt than Icelandic, because in Africa people are being arrested for corruption, but no one is being arrested for corruption in Iceland. So that means Iceland is less corrupt.
Wow,
and I was
that's some kind of logic.
No.
Yeah.
When you don't arrest people for being corrupted, that's corruption, you dick.
Wow.
This actually, our finance minister actually said this.
Wow.
This just goes to show Africa is more corrupt than Iceland.
Jesus.
Because their politicians are being arrested for corruption and not ours.
And the racism that sits in a comment like that too,
Oh yeah, huge racism, and you just sit there and I can't believe this guy is just an Icelandic politician.
Yeah.
In control.
It's kind of it's interesting to note that politicians are the same everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's
there
Germany,
are so many
Iceland,
myths about
Canada.
Iceland. Yeah, Iceland is not corruption free.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
there's so many myths about Icelandic politics. It's just like a myth. It's all a myth.
Yeah.
Oh, but let's go away from that. That's our job, is to create hope, a way forward for people, to find a way for communities to build and join. And you know what I've always found weird is when like conservatives or like reactionaries say we can't all just gather around the bonfire and sing Kumbaya. And like, I don't want to sing Kumbaya. I don't even like that song, man. It's totally weak. Who likes fucking Kumbaya? Like, how about just like drinking beer and eating hamburgers? Just like, can we do that? Like,
Yeah.
and like not sing Kumbaya, but like just not kill each other. Like, you idiot.
Yeah. And,
Fuck Kumbaya. Who cares?
we can also just sing Kumbaya. I mean, like, let's not go crazy here. We can sing whatever we want.
Yeah, sure. But it's like, I don't want to sing Kumbaya. Dude, I never asked.
Yeah.
But Shawn, do you have a song for us? I'd love to hear a
Yeah.
song from you.
I could play something for you. Oh dear.
I might have to move in a minute because
Okay.
I'm running out of batteries.
Oh no. Okay. Well.
What? You're not wind powered? I mean, you
No.
should be.
I thought you maybe had some secret bicycle under the table where you could just generate.
I wish. Well, I got my car.
That would be
Right,
environmentally
Shawn.
friendly if you just turn the car off, put your battery.
Yeah.
I could call it a plug-in.
That's true. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
just plugged my computer into my car.
It's a plug-in.
So, Shawn, play us a song, man.
Sure. Yeah. Can you hear this? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm gonna play a song for you. I'll play a song called "Autumn in New Brunswick," and it's a song I wrote for my last full-length album, which is called Topaz, and it's about touring, actually, which is something we're all hoping to get back to doing. This is about driving through New Brunswick in the fall, touring. There's a bunch of towns that you can play in New Brunswick. Not many, but a few. And I mentioned some of them. There's Fredericton, Sackville, Moncton. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy the song.
Thanks, man.
At the end of the day, sunlight is fading fast. We're on our way, another damn tank of gas. Long empty roads, tree lines play cold refrains. My passenger seat, warm, torn, and coffee stains. A sad slide guitar moans on the radio. Our pastoral scene scored by Blue Rodeo. A small masterpiece, it's only now that you see. If I could just look past my cool mask, I would agree. But I see Oh, I think we spent our last night in Montreal. My eyes are heavy, I hear sleep's whispered call. The breeze sheds leaves from trees with ease and fall, and it quietly leads us to Fredericton, Sackville, and Moncton. Oh, it quietly leads us to Fredericton, Sackville, and Moncton. Oh, it quietly leads us to Fredericton, Sackville, and Moncton. At the end of the day, sunlight is fading fast. We're on our way, another damn tank of gas. Thank you.
Yay!
Hey, cool.
So
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Ah, awesome.
That's great. That's so much fun. I don't get to play very much these days.
Now I really want to go on tour again.
I know. Speaking about touring, Svavar, I realized as I was playing that song, as I said the word Montreal, 2 years ago today, we were in Montreal playing a gig.
Yeah, and Isabelle Bombardier was there.
Oh, that's right. She did post it up. That's kind of crazy that we were together 2 years ago today in Montreal.
Life
Did
is
you just
awesome.
put your
Hold on.
computer on the roof of your
It's on the car.
Yes, I did.
I seem to recall you having done that before, and
Oh, did something
Last time I did that.
yeah, you actually drove the car with the computer on.
Oh my
top.
goodness, really?
And I ruined my computer that time. But
What?
this time it's all better because I'm drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting real here.
Yeah, exactly. That'll do the trick.
Okay, so I'm just getting my battery fixed. So,
Cool.
can you all hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's great
man,
to hear
this
your
is
voice.
I love this. It's like this is danger, danger
Yeah,
streaming.
I wasn't scared until right now when you put the computer on top and like, oh my god, this is getting really serious now. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
really
but this
like
is-
that it's so exciting and real. It's not like a fancy studio and you just sit and chat about stuff, and you know, this is like life.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
This is real life.
Yeah, I love like here's the thing, COVID has done a lot of bad things in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also brought us a vaccine for AIDS,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's also brought a lot of us a lot of skills that we're using and that are actually very, very useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For
I
for
think.
example,
I mean,
the skill of plugging your your Apple computer into your Skoda. I never did this before. Hold on.
we're getting it in real time here, people.
I hope this isn't dangerous.
I know. The whole thing goes black.
We just have to call Svavar in that case and make sure that he's alive and okay.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with that. Like those skills that you get and all those things that you suddenly like you're in a completely different situation and you just
Yeah.
start doing things and like you start learning things.
Yeah.
And yeah, like for me, for instance, like wasn't until now that I actually had the courage to be a musician, to put myself and my music out there. Like I've always been like kind of and then like now I'm like, no, I'm doing this now. And,
good for you.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you're doing this.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't, like I would probably just be stuck in my teaching job. Well, I kind of still am, but
but
I'm also like focusing on this now.
Yeah, you're being creative, and you've finally found an outlet for your creativity, and you're sharing it with people. I think that's very important. Yeah.
And also like I found lots of like I was never able to draw to save my life or like paint or anything, and now I'm doing that like most days.
Right.
Cool.
So like I found a lot of new creative outlets, found a lot of new ways to express myself, and now it's like, hey, I'm a better person at this.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel better at least.
Cool.
Have you picked up any hobbies, Laila?
I actually wanted to ask you the same thing, like literally right now. So yeah, I've started sewing and embroidering, and started making my own clothes.
Oh,
so
cool.
That's been really nice and rewarding. So
that's great.
Feels like a good skill to have. Like even, I don't know. I just like that it makes you independent from fast fashion, and it can be more sustainable. It doesn't have to be necessarily. But I really like upcycling and turning old things into new things. So yeah, that's been nice.
That's great.
Yeah, and I'm feeling useful when I can play gigs. It sometimes feels like I don't really have something to give to others because I can't play music for them. So being able to sew or mend things, fix things, I've actually already seen an impact, like in my tiny bubble around, like people ask me for help, like altering or fixing and mending stuff, and I think that's really cool because it means they wouldn't have to throw it away or buy it new or anything. So yeah,
that's really cool.
So Shawn, what did you pick up?
Well, I picked up. I started knitting last year.
Cool.
Yeah, about like I don't know, maybe a few months into the pandemic, I started knitting, and I knitted gifts for all my family for Christmas.
Awesome.
You know, toques and scarves and stuff. And actually, the first thing I knit was sorry, I just want to look at a comment. Isabel, who was at the Montreal show, the first thing that I knit was a toque. I'd found some Icelandic loppy wool in a small town in Ontario, in a town called Gravenhurst, and I found some loppy wool, and I made a toque out of it. And that was the first thing I knit, and I felt like connected to Iceland in a little way because of that. So that was kind of the first thing I did, and then this sign language thing has been kind of the new thing for me to kind of, give me something to learn, and it's been nice.
Wow,
really impressive.
Thank you.
And like
so nice.
I've tried to pick up knitting. Like I can, like, the only thing that I can do is like I can start.
Yeah.
But like once I've done that, then like I'm in trouble, and I'm like
right. Like
so I think, like,
I can't even
most
start.
People find it, most people find it harder to start.
Yeah.
And then like once they've gotten to that part, then like it's all easy. But like it's the other way around for me. Like I can
Is it just that you can't keep up?
Yeah. And like I keep losing, and then like I have to start all over again, or like it's all just falls apart. And like I'm going to pick that up probably. Like it's one of the things that I am definitely doing. And sewing is also one thing that I did. Like I've sewn a T-shirt for myself.
Wow.
Nice.
Like hand sewn it, and it was like that was so much fun, and I want to do more of that as well.
Yeah, that's great. I'd love to do some of that too. My partner for my birthday, one of the things she got me was a cross stitch pattern. So I've never done a cross stitch before, so that's gonna be fun.
That's fun. Yeah. That's
nice.
fun to do.
Yeah, I want to try punch needling and make a rug.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And then I want to make a quilt, and I want to dye fabric, and I want to do everything basically. I wish that I could take a sabbatical. Like I know I'm not making any money off gigs right now, but if somebody were like, I don't know, giving me a stipend, or if we had some sort of, I don't know, general basic income. Like, of course, that's utopic. But if that kind of stuff were around, then I would definitely just take a year off to just craft.
Yeah. Well, I think
love
that's
it
one
so
thing.
much.
I think that's one thing that I learned. Well, not learned, but I think we've seen actually act out here in the pandemic is that like the idea of basic income is so needed and it works. Like I don't know what it's like in Germany and Iceland, but in Canada for the first few months there was something that we called but I only know the acronym because I never actually learned what it meant, but it was the CERB, and it was basically Canadians could get $2,000 a month for the first few months of the pandemic, you know, to offset loss of income and things like that. And then that was replaced by another program that's kind of like an employment insurance, except it's more pandemic related. So I've had that for the whole pandemic, but because of that money, I've been able to like pick up other skills. I've been able to like pay my rent, and like it just and I feel like it's like it's almost like it's been a testing ground for basic income, and I think people hopefully will learn the lesson and maybe we'll see that happen. You know, it improves people's lives. It seems like a no-brainer.
That would be so cool.
I think that's
beautiful. Yeah, I think the time that you would have on your hands, like not just making ends meet, you could just dedicate towards your community and like just grow a better community and help people, and I don't know, tailor your skills to their needs, and just in general make it a better world for everyone. I think it would be awesome.
Better than creating content all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
And imagine like for all the creativity that we've been able to, all these creative things we've been able to do, imagine how creative we could have been if we didn't have on top of that the like existential dread of a pandemic happening, right? Like, you know, we all have anxieties, you know, and they've been heightened. So imagine, you know, how it could be if we didn't have to worry about that, and then we got money to like live and create and help our community. Anyways.
Here's the thing,
and
guys.
sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. Imagine this. Like the world works like the capitalist world we live in. The neoliberal idea is that you have like 10,000 losers for every winner. So for every Beyonce, you have 10,000 people striving to be Beyonce.
Yeah.
But it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all this idea that like you have like one person that sells like millions and millions of CDs, and in the end, like they're no better off for it. But can you imagine if you had 300,000 people selling 10,000 CDs each, you know, and just living a nice artistic life off it, and all of them deserve it. All of them are making good music, but instead this weird system is trying to pit us all against each other in this weird pursuit of fame rather than community.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing, that's what I want to build. I want to build a community of people that just appreciate art and appreciate the contribution of artists. And like, just like I appreciate the contribution of a good brewer or a good baker.
Yeah.
Or a, you know, so instead of like idolizing a person and having that kind of relationship with an artist, that they're being an idol, rather have a mutual respective relationship where you just realize that the artist is making a beautiful thing, and maybe 10,000 people will buy that beautiful thing, and that is enough for that artist to thrive. And hundreds of thousands of people could thrive for every one huge artist, for every one Ed Sheeran. You could have 100,000 people just like living a good life. And but the capitalism doesn't want that. They want to be able to sell units of beer and sandwiches and T-shirts. So they would rather have a stadium full of 150,000 people and sell them all beer and hot dogs and T-shirts rather than 300,000 artists all selling 20 to 100 t-shirts a concert and just having a wonderful life.
Yeah.
We have to make a choice about this, and fame is bullshit.
Well, that's true. You know,
Yeah.
you talked about community, and the one thing I really loved, we talked earlier about Melodica Festival, and one thing I really loved about Melodica Festival was that it's this kind of community that's around the world, because there's all these different festivals in different cities, and you know, myself, I've played in the Köln Melodica in Reykjavik, and you know, it's just nice to know. And I was supposed to play Nottingham before the pandemic hit. I was supposed to play the Nottingham Melodica back in August. Oh, were you really? Oh man, that would have been so much fun. But anyways, all this to say that, like, it was beautiful to see this community based around the same idea that, like, is in all these different cities, and it's this like open space for these artists to play, and I don't know, it's just it's a lovely thing, and I'd like to see more of that, is what I'm saying. Ultimately.
Yeah, definitely. That would be great.
Did
There you go.
now, Laila, were you involved? Is there a Hamburg Melodica? Is that what I heard at one point? Or?
Yeah, well, it's a touchy subject.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
not at all. Just kidding. Well, there used to be a Melodica Hamburg, and I think Poems for Jamiro played at the last one that ever happened, and that was my first Melodica ever, and that was 2014, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's been a development, Laila.
Yeah. We've talked about this. So I've played, I don't know, 10 Melodicas ever since.
Oh, wow.
And we actually even had a group together to start a new Melodica Hamburg, because the organizers that did it before us kind of retired. So we wanted to just revive it, and we even had a planning group together. But then other things got in the way, as it usually is, and we just didn't really get anywhere with it. And then the pandemic hit, and then we kind of vowed to do it after. So it might happen in the future. I would really love for it to happen, but I don't know when you can start planning such a thing.
Right.
I just got a word that there's, you know, Sebastian Madej?
Yeah, sure.
He's declared interest in helping revive the Melodica Hamburg. So I'm really excited.
Great, I'll talk to him.
If he can join you guys.
Oh, yes. Yes, we should do that.
I don't mean to be presumptuous, but I feel like we have 4 great artists ready to play Melodica Hamburg right here on this screen.
I would, in a heartbeat.
I think so.
In a
My offer to come and help run it when it happens is
True, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
help
amazing.
out
Actually,
in
and
any way I can.
I think, yeah, there's never a problem to get enough artists. I think the problem is to get a location.
Oh, yeah.
And to get everyone to fly in or to drive in, and get them the money that they need to not like go out from the show with a minus.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm really passionate about, that no one has to, you know, take Melodica as a private holiday, and you know, just knowing that they can't make money off the show, or they just have to chip in just in order to go there. I think it would be amazing if we could at least cover the costs, and maybe even a little, I don't know, a little on top. That would be great.
Well, you know,
I
I'll
see
say
Anke has a comment about.
We'll see.
I see that Anke has a comment about. It's funny to see 3 respectable people and one who drink and walk around. Yeah, that's kind of my job. I am the disrespectable one.
He's a disrespectful.
I've never been much like for the whole being respectable. So
yeah.
You know. But it makes me actually like it's one of my big strengths actually.
Being
being
disrespectful.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, we don't care either. We love you either way.
Oh.
So
We all love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that
exactly.
about Melodica.
that's
Yeah.
why we
Guys,
love
I have to run
join
and get my
us on
guitar,
this trip.
and
What's that? You
I
getting your
left my
guitar?
jacket on top of my car. So can you guys just? Oh, here's an idea. Because I have you in my headphones. Tryggvi, could you do a song?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I'd love to hear that. That song. What's it called? Don't say it. Don't say it. I've got it. I've got it. Because it was so on my mind the other day. Don't worry. Letting Go.
Oh yeah, that's the song I was gonna play. So
Great.
That is so cool.
it's also a very fitting song for everything that's been going on. Yeah, it's about I wrote this for an ex-girlfriend some years ago, and it's about like being in a kind of in a codependent relationship, and I should fix the camera because I'm standing. And yeah, like when you should let go, you know you have to, but it's kind of but you're still drawn to that toxicity.
Sure.
And it's on Spotify, and also you can buy it on Bandcamp. It's on a quarantine compilation called One Day at a Time. My friend Chris Stringer in London made that album, and it was released last summer, supporting Black Lives Matter in Black Lives Matter in the UK.
Cool.
I never knew love like the one that we share. So fierce and so fragile, so special and rare. I tried to hold on for as long as I could. You felt like the one, you were my flaming sun. And you were mine from the day we met, but you burned me up like an old cigarette. We shuffled the deck and you dealt me a hand. Your suit was stronger and I didn't understand. Now I miss your heart, not the cards that you dealt. Out of infinite outcomes, you gave me half. And you were mine from the day we met, but you burned me up like an old cigarette. I would glow in the dark when you lit me up, and I still bear the mark from when you put me out. Flame is slowly fading out. I'm gonna turn the phone off. Leaving us with only cinders on the ground. 1,000 smiles won't heal the scars, but I can't control myself. So many times I tried to let go, letting go, letting go. If you let go, then I'll let go.
Beautiful.
Oh, sorry about the phone. Like this was probably my only friend who isn't watching right now. So
I thought it was my phone, and I was like frantically looking for it.
Oh,
Same here.
yeah, I didn't even realize it was mine until like the end. I was like, no, this is my phone. Oh. Sorry about that.
Oh,
It's
Laila,
fine. Yes.
do you mind if I post your video change from
Oh
Poems
no,
for
not at
Jamiro?
all. Please do.
Because of course I want the people watching to kind of witness like everything you're doing. So I'm gonna put this thing into the comments if you'd like to watch one of Laila's other project, Poems for Jamiro. And man, this is so nice. Oh my god. It's yeah, I know, man. Like, it's so cool. I'm just sitting in this sweet little hotel in the West Fjords. Too bad I just ran out of batteries.
Still making it work though.
So, should I do like one
It's
song
not
in
as
the end?
windy. In the
Yeah, but I'd
Yes,
love to hear a
No,
please.
it's a
song.
little bit less windy. And these people over there have been super friendly and polite and
Great.
tolerant to me. So I just want to thank them for their patience.
That's nice.
Wow, people are awesome in this country, most of us.
That's true.
But then again, there's some people that scream at staff in restaurants for not speaking Icelandic, and I'm like,
Really?
what do you expect?
Oh, finally some ukulele.
Oh man, I was playing this kindergarten today, and there was this one kid. It was so beautiful. He just always came up to me like, ah, like watch me, and then just like detuned my uke, and I
Amazing.
just like, oh, and like every time I was playing a song on the uke, he just go like, and screwed up my tuning.
Hey, do you know what I do to like in school to like my trick is I put a diaper on the headstock. If you put a diaper, like it's like they can't see the tuners, and they're like, I'm not touching anyone else's diaper. So,
That's so cool.
so
Smart.
that
That's some
totally
good
works.
planning. Yeah.
That is
So
smart.
like you should get a diaper next time you play a kindergarten.
I'm gonna,
It's
yeah,
a good idea.
next time.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm super happy you guys joined me again, and I'm also happy that we had a different conversation than last time, a totally different, and we went in different directions and
Yeah. This was nice.
I can't wait to hang out with you, Laila, Shawn. If you ever want to come to Iceland, you know you guys have a place to stay.
Thank you.
I've been watching Kyle, our mutual friend Kyle, who's in
Yeah.
Iceland right now. He's from the States, and him posting about being in Iceland, I've been so jealous. I just
You should.
need to be there.
jealous.
So I have a feeling that I'm gonna be there sooner than later.
And everyone watching, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for appreciating our, life and art and what we do, not our content. Man, I don't want to be your content monkey. I just want to be mutual respect and appreciation,
Yeah.
And I think we can all kind of, if we can agree on that, because fame is such a destructive thing, because it just dehumanizes both the artist and the audience, makes everyone into consumers versus consumer product. That's disgusting. And you don't have to be a socialist to not like capitalism. There's a lot of other things you can be. I don't mind being a socialist, but you can be a lot of other things as well. Just a human being.
Thank you.
Think about it. All right.
That's some good content right there.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
nice content.
Yeah. Now buy my album.
We have a wonderful. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I love it.
That's a thing that is often confusing to people.
Yeah,
Is that
totally.
capitalism, like just not liking capitalism, doesn't mean that you don't like that an apple costs $1 or whatever, like, or 4 cents or whatever. Things can have a price, and you can have a market and buy things from the market without capitalism. Because capitalism is a different thing. Capitalism is when people that have a lot of money use that money to apply power to the world. That's what capitalism is. Capitalism is not me making an album and other people liking that album and buying that album because it's a good album. That's basically human commerce. That has been there since humans started being humans, and that was in the Soviet Union. That thing was there. People made shoes in the Soviet Union, and people went to a store and bought shoes for money. There was currency in the Soviet Union. So just the idea of making a thing and selling it and other people buying it is not capitalism. It's just commerce, and commerce is available in a lot of systems. Capitalism is the one where a group of people with a lot of power oppresses other people because they have access to resources that they don't. And that's what I oppose. I don't oppose being able to get money.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. Oh, guys. I'm getting more and more political every day, but not in the way left or right, but just like, damn, people are dicks.
Is that one of the things that COVID has changed? That like,
Yeah.
No, that's just me. I have to show you something, guys. I have to show. This is so important. I love this place. The kids in the school here, they paint every trash can in the village with artwork. So the trash cans are actually beautiful. They have like pictures and stuff. And I went to the school today, and the kids at the school were actually like fixing one of the artworks that was damaged when there was like an accident. And because there's artwork from kids on all of the trash cans, it actually reduces vandalism. Check this out. I'm just gonna try to zoom in on this. Hold on. Dude. That's a trash can in this village. See it?
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
It's one of the
Cute.
trash
Beautiful.
cans in Finkeri. It's like a flower.
So where do I
Cool.
apply for a job there?
Hold on. Don't you just love it?
Great.
Yes.
My ugly mug. Yeah, man, I love stuff like that. There's like such a cool idea to reduce damage and
Yeah,
vandalism.
Like coming back to the like when we were talking about community, like
Yeah.
that's a communal thing.
And it makes the kids, makes them stakeholders in their village.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
And in their community, and like they are affecting their community and like doing something for their community and something they're a part of. So like I love it. It's empowering as well, and like I want to work in this school. Or like
Me too.
Yeah.
Like
It's great.
such a nice school, and it's got 37 kids. I think 40 kids. From ages 6 to 16. And the beautiful thing about it is, these 40 kids, they're friends all the way down and up. So the
Yeah.
6-year-old can have a friend who's 12,
Right.
and the 10-year-old can have a 14-year-old friend. And it's like, and they're just like, they're playing, and like they don't mind. It's not because they're not split into like these classes of 80 kids in each year.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh, sorry about that Facebook user from North Wales. Yeah, this is the weirdness of Facebook right now. I'm gonna do one song and maybe we'll do like a final chat, and then I'm gonna get plastered with my friend Alvaloye. I'm just gonna buy like a boatload of beer here and just bring it up to his house and go like, here we go, man. This is on you. Like, if we're not making out in 40 minutes, I'm gonna show the world the pictures I took of you a couple of weeks ago. Like, stuff like that.
I'll join you guys in a few hours.
What's that? So, here we go. This is a song by, oh. I'm having a meltdown in my head. Cole
Just
Porter.
figure that out right
Cole
now.
Porter. Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I love Cole Porter. He's my
Yeah.
he's a legend.
And
So-
your version of this song is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank
So.
you. Thank you. Love you guys.
Oh.
Right, here you go. Oh,
There we go.
all right, here we go. You do something to me, something that simply mystifies me. Tell me, how can it be? You have the power to hypnotize me. Let me live beneath your spell. Do that, do that you do so well. For you do something to me that nobody else can do. Let me live beneath your spell. Do that you do so well. For you do something to me that nobody else can do. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. That nobody else can do. All right. Whoop, whoop. Cool.
Yes.
Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Aww.
So, so guys, I think there's a reason to be optimistic.
Yeah.
I think there's two things happened during COVID that give us reasons to be optimistic. One of them is that we realize the importance of community and being together and enjoying art and community. The other one is that our billionaires got so filthy rich during the pandemic that there's actually just like people are just so outraged that I think it might just push us in the direction of fixing the situation.
Sure
You know
hope
what
so.
I mean?
Yeah. Hope so.
I just like Jeff Bezos does not have like he doesn't have any business owning all this money. Like you can take 99% of it away and it would not change one thing about his life.
He might have to sell his yacht that has another yacht inside, though, which would be tough. You gotta.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bought a yacht, and the yacht comes with a smaller yacht inside of it to take them to takes you to land. So
Well, he's got the secondary yacht for the helicopter to land on.
Whoa.
That's it.
That is so
I mean-
sick.
When that's what you buy, and you could actually okay, here's the thing. Anyone in this world, anyone on the chat, anyone watching, all of you guys watching, if you were presented with a digital choice, two things you can choose: end world hunger, or buy a yacht with a secondary yacht with a helipad.
yeah.
I had any leftover from that. Yeah, but no.
Which would you choose? Like anyone, anyone.
Yeah.
Just give me the yacht first, and then we'll think about it.
It's just like that's so.
Yeah.
Like, the world has we have no use for this.
No.
There is no utility in
No.
this. All of this money that these people have accumulated is just gathering, like, you know, when you have like a blood pocket in your foot, like not but like when people have some kind of infection and it just like gathers blood in the foot, and your foot just swells into 7 times its size because there's just like blood. That's it. That's what their wealth is. It's like a gathering of unnecessary blood in your foot.
Wow,
That's
you
a
did it like that. Yeah,
that's a it's a
I
beautiful
love
way
that
to
picture.
it's a beautiful way to
Yeah,
end
no,
it.
like-
Yeah.
You know, my wife, my wonderful
Wow, I
wife,
get to see that now.
has a job, and part of her job as a geriatric psychologist is to go into homes of hoarders that have like really serious mental problems, and they hoard stuff, and their homes are full of shit. Black garbage bags full of shit that are just black, you know, just like, and the house is just full of junk and shit and things that are rotting and deceased, and so they have to put on hazmat suits to go in there and start cleaning out 100 square meter, 120 square meter apartment of deceased, disgusting garbage bags of junk. And there is no difference between the mentality of those people and your average billionaire. Because once you've made your first $1 million, you know, everything you make after that is just hoarding.
Yeah. It's sociopathic. Is what it is.
Although I think you would still have to acknowledge that hoarding is actually like a mental illness that you can treat, and that people often don't like have any. You know, it's not their fault that they developed this
Of course not.
condition.
But we should.
But I think as a millionaire, you have, like, you can choose. It's not a mental illness to be rich.
I think
So,
they develop
yeah.
it though. It's because a mental illness is like, it's not like it's just applied on you like a patch for software. You grow it, you know.
Yeah.
A mental illness grows on you, and I think billionaires actually, because they're so well off and because they have such a high social status, that nothing is done to help them. Nothing is done to help them get back to normal thinking.
Well, it's because
So-
society doesn't deem it as a problem. Is
Yeah.
why, right? Like the reason why no one says they're hoarding is because the way society is set up now is that the more you have, the better off you are, or like you're the one who's winning. You know. So I think there has to be a change in how society treats that kind of behavior ultimately, which is hard
And
to do.
ultimately-
Which is hard to do when the people who are in control of a lot of the rules and stuff are the people with the problem, right?
Exactly. It's like I don't see any difference between hoarding like old newspapers and hoarding money in a bank. There's no difference.
It's kind of the question about like what do you do with your wealth? Like, are you just accumulating it? Are you just like accumulating new things, or are you like putting it into the community, putting it into good use? Like, so I kind of agree that like when you're in that kind of mode, and like when you're in that, and like that is sociopathic. That is kind of like a mental illness as well, just like hoarding.
But can you just imagine if these billionaires, if they just said like, yeah, no, I don't need it, just like let it go back into society to do some work. If they did that instead of just buying yachts, how the world would just like become instantly a better place.
Yeah, so much. I mean, those are like crazy amounts. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough. Of course, like I could donate to every possible cause on the planet, and I think like if everybody in the world did that, like even just a small percentage of their income, that would be like such a great benefit already. But like when 99% of the wealth belongs to 1% of people, then they could do such incredible things with just half of that. So yeah, would be so great. There would actually be a change of perspective, and somebody would just start to like not see wealth as the main thing to achieve in life, but humility and community.
Exactly. Because like just look at the four of us guys. Like we all have pretty sweet lives, serving our calling, serving our communities, making the world a better place, one little thing at a time. I don't think any one of us is unhappy or miserable or anything. And
Can't say
Hopefully
like,
not.
Yeah, I think the world needs more of that attitude. You know.
Yeah.
Let's amplify it.
Yeah. Exactly. Well. Cool.
Guys, at least like the reason I hang out with you guys is because I feel this energy from you. This is what you stand for. You know, community and the people that we serve, you know. And that's what I respect. I respect that so much. And I think that's
I'm a community-grown musician, like a community-grown artist, because like my music mostly like comes out of like going to melodic festivals in the beginning, like the first one in Reykjavik in 2008 when we first met, and I first met Pete Ullenbrook, the founder of Melodica, and like you know that like in the beginning that just like, oh my god, I just love this community, and like I want to be a part of that and contribute to it, and just kind of like that just like that's what made me an artist in the beginning, and like you know where I started growing as one. Like I was an artist to begin with, but I started growing as one through the community.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it all comes down to community. We're human beings, and like community is our thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're nothing
Like
without
basically, I think like just to say something unspeakable almost. Like I don't even think I'm just in it for the music in the first place, because I'm just a social person. I need to connect with people, and I need to have like the social interaction all the time. I think if I hadn't gotten into music, I could be doing anything else, as long as I would be doing it with people and get inspired of people, and just, I don't know, building something bigger. So I'm just lucky that I got thrown into this musical community, but it could be like anything. So yeah, but I love this one.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, guys, these are beautiful last words, Laila. We're all in it for the community, I think,
Yeah.
to make the world a better place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so touched.
And guys, just know that it's not lame. It's not lame or sad or stupid to not serve profit or fame. You know, it's awesome. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing to serve your community, to serve a higher purpose than greed and selfishness.
So true.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isabel,
Great.
that's so true, Isabel. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a part of that struggle and that fight. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming back on and hanging out and sticking it a little bit to the man.
Thanks for having us,
Always a
Svavar.
pleasure. Thank
This is
you.
great. It's been really nice. It's been nice to see Svavar and Clarke, you gentlemen, twice in a few weeks. It's been wonderful. And Laila, it's really nice to meet you. It's great.
Yeah, likewise. I hope we will
it's
see
great
each other
to
in real
connect.
life someday.
Yes, that would be nice. Yeah.
Laila and Shawn, I'm just so happy to have you with us and to be able to just chat and be there and just hang out. And I love that so many people of our audience is actually partaking in that and enjoying
That's
it.
great.
So,
Yeah.
guys, looking forward to seeing you all again, and looking forward to growing together, trying to make the world a better place, one thing at a time. Like, what was it? Smoochie the Rhino said, "Remember, you can't change the world, but you can make a dent." Smoochie
Great.
the Rhino.
Smoochie the Rhino.
Cassie Taylor, you can definitely go back to the beginning. There's 4 songs in the stream. And you can also listen to Shawn and Laila and Trygve and myself on Spotify, YouTube, all over the place.
Bandcamp.
So,
And
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
Yeah, Bandcamp is a
Bandcamp,
favorite of
definitely.
everybody right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
and thank you all for joining us. And I want to send a huge thanks to my community back in Europe that have reached out and basically booked 5 to 6 weeks of touring
Wow, that's great.
in
Wow.
August, September, just in backyards and little
Great.
clubs, and like because of a lot of the clubs are just like broken right now.
Yeah.
So we're in a,
That's great.
Thank you all, and that just goes to show it's all about community.
Mm-hmm. Really great.
Oh man, Andreas, I really want to come to the Cocoon in Bremen. I'm gonna make it happen. Don't worry. Guys, thank you so much, everyone. I'm gonna put us all off here and close the broadcast. So what we do is just go like remove, remove, remove.